This week's Huffman Training Ride followed one of our favorite routes for building endurance and group riding fitness. We rolled out of the church parking lot, headed down Atascocita Road, took a right onto Ramsey Road, and then another right onto Peters before making our way over to Miller Wilson. From there, we turned left onto Runnymede Road and continued out to the first gas station turnaround point. After a quick regroup, we traced our route back via Running Bird, Ramsey, Atascocita before finishing where we started at the church parking lot. It's a simple route on paper, but the combination of distance, wind exposure, and steady pacing makes it an excellent training ground for cyclists preparing for bigger challenges. Another solid weekend at Huffman with the crew. Just me, Sam, Clayton, Richard, Roderick putting in the work as we continue to build towards our next event. One of the best things about consistent training is getting to see the progress happen in real time, and this ride was a perfect example. Just over a month ago, Roderick was fighting to complete the Huffman course. Fast forward to this weekend, and he looked like a completely different rider. After putting in some hard training miles with Clayton the previous week, he rolled with the group comfortably and never looked out of place. Roderick also made a few key upgrades to his bike, and the difference was obvious. A well-tuned bike combined with friction and resistance saving upgrades can make a noticeable impact, as he was pleasingly surprised at how easily he was able to hold on to speed throughout the ride. Fitness matters, but when fitness and equipment comes together, good things happen. Richard was on the front, setting a strong pace for much of the ride, while Clayton did what Clayton always does, keeping the group smooth, steady, and honest. The pace was challenging enough to make us work, but controlled enough to keep everyone together and focused on the bigger goal ahead. What impressed me most was the continued improvement of both Richard and Roderick. The fitness gains from their consistency are undeniable. Week after week, they're showing up, putting in the miles, and the results are starting to show. That's exactly what these Huffman training rides are all about. Building strength, endurance, and confidence, and the group riding skills that we'll need when it's time to line up for our next event. For me, I spent most of the ride tucked in with the group, enjoying the effort, right up until about 4 miles from the finish when cycling decided to humble me. I flatted. Not only did I flat, but it was my first flat tire in 6 years. Recently, I made the switch from tubeless tires to TPU, thermoplastic polyurethane inner tubes. 4 miles from the finish line. That decision suddenly felt questionable. Maybe I should rethink my life choices. Then again, after years of riding, more flat repairs than I care to count, changing a tube is a skill that's been burned into my memory. It's not exactly my favorite thing to do in cycling, but it's definitely a painstaking process when you'd rather be riding. But this ride proved I still haven't forgotten how to get the job done. A roadside flat can be frustrating, but it's one of those cycling skills every rider should know. Whether you're training, commuting, or chasing personal bests, eventually your number gets called. Fortunately, this time it was a quick repair and I was back on the road. And if you're new to cycling or you're not quite comfortable changing a flat tire yet, don't worry, I got you covered. I'll leave a link to a flat repair tutorial in the description below, or after the video, so that you can learn the process and be ready when the time comes. Still, a flat tire can't erase what another great day of cycling training, another step forward for the team, and another reminder that progress comes from showing up consistently. Our next event is getting closer, and the work we're putting out now is starting to pay off. Thanks for riding along with us.